Hey, so I thought we would make a sunflower today. So these are actually sunflowers that I'm going to, well, I've made these with a 0.9 millimeter hook, as you can see right here. So it's a tiny hook, and basically I was micro crocheting these sunflowers here, which I can make into earrings as soon as my earrings arrive, which will be so nice, and I'm very excited to wear these. And I thought in today's live we could make this sunflower, but just make it a little bit bigger. So I'll use a 1.9 millimeter hook instead and hope for the best. And something else that I did crochet today as well, and this is for an earring, was this duck. And I thought it was super cute that I could make this as an earring. I didn't have orange yarn at the time that I was making this, so I used brown for the feet, and I thought, oh, some ducks kind of have brown, or birds brown feet, so I left it as that. And then another thing, if you're an anime fan, I also made a Luffy hat or head earring. So I'll be connecting this to some earrings later on. I still have to make the other one of this one, and then also I'm going to make the other bird here. So as you can see, we are making some progress. I also made these hearts half and half color plus the full color here. And then we also started this little earring as well, which is just like a tulip design. So I've got to make the other one of this. The only thing I don't like about this type of earring is that it's a bit floppy, and I don't know like what that's like for people, or whether they'll not enjoy that much, although I think it's still quite beautiful. So we've made quite a few different styles of earrings here, including our wonderful tulip earrings that we made the other day as well. So we've got so many things, and yeah, let's see how it goes. So I thought we'd make today, I'll show you how to make this sunflower. This one was done with like 0.9 millimeter needle, so it was quite tiny. Hey Lorenzo, this is for our earrings at some point, but I'm going to make this with larger yarn just so you can see like the technique and what I've done here. So I will do that. But as you can see, these look pretty adorable. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you want to wear something like that for earrings? I wonder how much you'd purchase these for as well. They take about 2 hours to make, I'd say, and total maybe about two and a half ish hours, 2 hours 45 minutes for two of these. So it does take a little bit long. But if you're an anime fan, by the way, we made these Luffy hat earrings as well. I've still got to make the other one, but I made this today, so I don't know what you guys think of it, but I think that's pretty adorable for anime fans. Then I also made today this chicken or duck, whatever you call it, and I still have to make the other one, but again, it's going to have an earring attached to it as well. So lots of things that we're making in terms of earrings. Look at all this cool stuff. And I showed before as well, we did the half and half heart earring too, and that also takes about 2.5 hours or so. So I'm trying to get a collection of earrings going here so that I can eventually sell them, but I still have a long way to go for that. So let's see what we can do in terms of this sunflower that we want to make. So the sunflower will be this type of sunflower. It's just that I'm making it with a larger yarn needle as we're doing that. So let us begin. And I'm going to be using a 1.9 millimeter hook. And for those of you who still think that's quite small, well, I mean, it is. It kind of is, especially if you're used to making larger plushies or things like that. But remember, I was working with 0.9 when I made those sunflower earrings, and that's really getting on the small side. Hey, Yasui, yes, of course I remember you. You've been on a few of our my lives and on the chat, so it's great to have you here. Okay, so we're making a magic ring. Let's see how this turns out. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but we will try our best. I haven't tried it with this hook yet. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to come into this magic ring, and I'm going to do something called a puff stitch, where I wrap the yarn quite a few times. I think I'll do like a total of maybe, oh, maybe I should just do a total of 3 times. I'm not sure. It should be 4. I do 4 for the earrings, but maybe in this magic ring I'll just, because I'm actually a bit unsure. I might not have enough room there, so I'll just make this a little bit larger. Hey, Keiki, nice to have you here. So I'm just going to make that a bit larger. So I've got a bit more of a yarn tail to work with as well, because I'm not sure how thick it's going to be. I need to have a total of 10 puff stitches inside this magic ring. So let us see. So I'm going to work here. So I've wrapped once, I grab the yarn again. This is the third wrap now, grabbing the yarn. I should do 4, and I usually do 4 for the earrings, but I just want to do this only 3 wraps for now, and I'm just going to chain 1 there. So let's do it again. Wrap and lift it up a little bit so you've got a bit of extra yarn. And it's easy to put the hook through. 2, wrap, and number 3, and then pull the yarn through all loops and chain 1 to finish that off. Okay, so that's 2, and it's looking pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, and then pull the yarn through, and just make sure you get it through all the loops and every single piece of thread there as well. So that's number 3. So we need 10 in total. We are making a sunflower. So I was just telling everyone that I made sunflower earrings, which you can see on the table over there. But I wanted to make a bigger sunflower just so you can see what type of sunflower I'm making as I'm making it. And if you wanted to join along as well, you can use a bigger hook size. All you need is brown yarn and some yellow yarn, and that should be well and truly enough. It doesn't have to be brown and yellow though. You can have like different colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want a total of 10 puff stitches inside our magic ring. So that's number 2 wrap. This is number 3 wrap, and then we pull the yarn through all loops. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 puff stitches now. And you know what? I probably could have wrapped the yarn 4 times instead of 3 as I'm doing right now. And that's how I did it for the earrings too, but at this stage it's looking good and I don't mind even that it's 3. I keep forgetting to like, that's okay, Keiki, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You're wonderful. So wrapping the yarn here, wrapping 3 times, and then pulling the yarn through all loops. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 1 more to go, 1 more puff stitch. 1, so these are called puff stitches, by the way. 2 wraps and 3 wraps, and pull the yarn through all 3, chain 1 to finish that off. Why am I the only one pressing the hearts? Oh, do you know what? I can't even see the hearts, even if you press them. I think only the people in the chat can see it. So what I wanted to do now was pull the magic tail, and I really do have to be careful because at one time I pulled it too hard, and of course it snapped, which was not fun to work with because then you have to start again. And I'm going to come right in this first stitch here and just make a normal slip stitch to close the magic ring. All that I want to do is just make sure I'm getting inside that first stitch with no problems. Okay, and there we go. So, oh, where did I put my cutter? Here it is. So here we go. Chop that off, and we have a beautiful center right here. And we need to make another one of these because we're really going to make it puffy. This is going to be a very puffy sunflower. I have great news. It's. Yes, let me know. And hey, everyone, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I try to make shorts and YouTube tutorials and lives, and yeah, if you like what you see, please subscribe. I hope you learned something and also enjoy, and hopefully I'm entertaining you somehow. I made a lot of flower keychains that I'm gonna sell. Yay! Wonderful job, wonderful job. That is awesome news. I'm so proud of you, so happy. Good on you. That is amazing stuff. So we're just making our second center, and this is the next puff stitch that we do. So again, for those of you who are not familiar, puff stitches is where you wrap the yarn, come in, pull the yarn up. wrap the yarn again, pull the yarn up, and wrap the yarn once more and pull the yarn up. And then you pull the yarn through all loops and then chain one to finish that puff stitch. Please tell me, please say yes. You have a chair? Yes, I do. I do have a chair, but I'm currently not sitting. I've changed my arrangement or my setup. You might have seen it in some of my short lives. In my shorts. What am I saying? Short lives. Imagine if that was a thing, short lives. Anyways, so yes, I have a chair. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's number 3 puff stitch. We're trying to get 10 in total. So 1, 2 wraps, and then 3 wraps. And pull through and chain 1. You're gonna break your back. Oh, why am I not sitting? Well, because I need to see the camera. I need to see my phone so I can see what I'm doing. If I sit down, I don't know what you guys are saying in the chat. So that is the reason why. If I sit down, I can't read any of your chat messages and I can't respond to them because I'll have no idea what you're saying. And I'll just be happily crocheting and talking to myself, which is fine for me, but obviously we have to interact together, right? Does the chair go up? No, it doesn't. This is an old chair. I would need to go out and buy a new chair, which who knows, one day I might be able to, but right now I'm more than fine standing, and making the sunflower probably won't take too long as well. I can usually stand for about I think the longest live that I've done is about 2 hours or so. So we are definitely making some wonderful progress here. So wrapping 3 times, pulling through, chaining 1. And remember, we want 10 into. This is the highest I saw 53 people. Okay, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We want 10 magic, what, not 10 magic puffs. We want 10 puff stitches to make for this first round. And don't forget to always make an extra chain at the end of those puff stitches. So wrap once, wrap twice, wrap 3 times, and pull the yarn through all. Chain once. Then here we go one more time, or maybe 2 more times. I'm not sure. I'll have to count them again because I've lost count. 3 times, pull the yarn through, chain 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And did I chain 1? Yes, I did. So we're going to pull the yarn right here. And then we have already chained 1, so that's good. So we just need to go into the first part here. So that's the first stitch, or the first, yeah, technically this is the first stitch that we made, that puff stitch before we chained, and we'll just make a lovely slip stitch right there. So there we go. Here is our second, and what I can do is just chain 1 here. I don't need to cut the yarn on this one, okay? So we don't cut the yarn for this one. I'm just going to pull the yarn tail a little bit, and then what I want to do is I've got to stick these together. So that's the plan. So far we technically have 20 stitches all the way here because we completed 10 puff stitches, but then we also did a chain 1. So that means we'd have 20 different stitches all the way through. Now, if you really wanted to make this secure, you could weave this through and into there, but I am not going to do that at this point. But if I really wanted to, and you guys wanted to, you can always weave the yarn through. So now I'm going to enter right here in this first stitch. Oh, before I do that, actually, before I enter into this one, what I want to do, so I've chained 1 over here, and then I want to insert my hook right into this point here. So that's technically my first stitch. I want to make sure that the right side is facing outward, and then I'm going to pull this down just a little bit and come right here into my first stitch, and then I'm just going to do a lovely single crochet stitch at the top there. So here's my second. So I'm entering into now the second, what do you call them, stitches at the top. And here's the third. Here's the third right here. And we're just going to make single crochet stitches all the way around. My mom is pregnant. Oh, well, congratulations to your mom. Nice. Okay. Very cool. So we're just going to, now I've just lost my place, so I need to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. So more single crochet stitches all the way, guys, all the way around, but making sure you're doing the right amount as well. You don't want to go into the the stitch more than once, which I have done in the past, and so you do have to keep an eye. So look, that could have been right there. I don't know if that was an increase or whether I went into the next stitch. Let me just see. Oh no, I think I'm fine. I am fine. So continue making these single crochet stitches all the way around. I do love this type of sunflower. It is very nice. It's very puffy, which makes it all the more, I don't know, visually appealing because it's got more of that 3D effect. And yeah, it just looks really nice. I wonder if you could do this for a daisy as well, a type of daisy, having like a puff daisy. That could be cool. Maybe I should try something like that and see if it works. So continuing now for all these single crochet stitches all the way around. Hi, what's? Hey, SK Blue, it's nice to have you here. So continuing on to make these single crochet stitches as we are doing right here, right now. The only thing is you have to just know where you're putting your hook. So for example, my hook keeps getting stuck right in this stitch over here, and it must be because I'm not going through everything. So I'm going to try that one again, and let's hope I'm doing that one a little better this time. Yes, it is. Very good. Making a sunflower, yes we are, and this is not your traditional sunflower that I've made on this channel before. This is more a puffy sunflower using puff stitches, so the name is quite fitting. It's like a puff stitch sunflower or puff sunflower, something like that. Simply because we are using many of the puff stitches. So I'm just going to do another single crochet stitch there, but you can see I've got yarn coming out here, and I don't want that yarn here, do I? So I'm just going to cut it and kind of put it in, but not reaching the center, because remember we have a hole in the center, so we don't want these yarn tails to come out into the hole. You could also do slip stitches if you wanted to work your way around this, but I don't want to do that just because I haven't tried it before and I don't want to be making all these mistakes struggling with my yarn when I come to do the petals. So that's why I'm just being very particular here in doing the single crochet stitch to connect these both together. So that is what we are up to at this moment. And coming here, we're almost done. Whoopsies. I think that is correct. Sometimes I just really need to check the back just to make sure I've gone through both ends, and I believe this is my last one here. Okay, what are we saying in the chat? Making sunflower. I have school tomorrow, Friday. Can you do it tomorrow, please? Do what tomorrow? Let it be. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, thanks, SK Boss. I'm from Brazil. Oh, welcome from Brazil. Beautiful. Thank you, Christina. I love you. I don't know who that's for, but if it's for me, I love you too. If not, still love you anyway. Thanks for coming. Okay, so I'm trying to get in this last stitch over here in the back, which we're doing, and we'll just finish this off with one last single crochet stitch. Okay, now what we need to do is come into the very first stitch and make a lovely slip stitch to finish that round. So this is here what our sunflower currently looks like. It's very puffy, which I do like. Oh wow, that's a language I am not familiar with. Wow, that's a lot of N's in the words as well. Hey Lynette, nice to meet you here. Thanks for coming. Okay, what we need to do now is use our trusty old yellow yarn, of course. Yellow because that's what sunflowers are made of, right? And then we're going to just chain one. Chain one with that yellow. I can't read patterns, I only comprehend what I see. Oh, no way. So you know what I'm thinking of doing? I want to do a YouTube video where I teach you how to read a pattern, because I think that will be very helpful for a lot of you. And patterns can be very easy to get used to. So I do want to do that as a tutorial video. at one point when I can upload. So I'm just going to wrap 3 times in that first loop, and I do hope I'm in the first loop. And then I'm not going to wrap, but I'm going to go into this very next stitch and pull the yarn through once. And notice how I'm lifting up to give myself more room. Then I'll pull this up again and I'll wrap another time. So I'm doing a total of 3 wraps. And then I'm going to pull the yarn, well, I'm going to try and pull the yarn through all of those loops, and it's not working, is it? I might have done some a little bit too tightly. So that's one of the things you got to be aware of, not pulling too tightly. We managed to get it out. Oh no, we didn't. This is what I don't like. So we're sliding our hook back in there and trying again. Come on, come on. You can do it, yarn. In the next one, I won't make them so tight because I don't think that's a good idea. Now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what I forgot anyway? We got to start this again. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There's one important thing we forgot, and it's very important. It's chaining 3 at the very beginning. Okay, bacon will increase. Gotta go see it. Okay, bye, sweet. I'll be looking forward to that. Yes, okay, thanks, Christina. That's awesome. So I'm gonna chain 3. Technically, that brown one is the first chain, so I'll just leave it as that. Now let's try this puff stitch again. Let's do this properly and pull out. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I've got to make sure I'm, yes, okay. We're good, guys. We are good. So 1, 2, 3. Go in the next stitch here. 1, pull it up. 2, and last one, 3. Gosh, there's a lot of loops on the hook, isn't there? Pulling that through. There we go. I just want to pull this brown so it looks a bit more normal. And then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do what's called a picot stitch. So you come inside this part here, this chained space. So you come in here, you pull the yarn through and just make a slip stitch into that top loop on the hook. Okay, and then we'll chain 1, 2, 3, and then come into this same space that you were in before and just finish off with a lovely slip stitch to finish. So there you go. There is our first big petal right there. Hey, Moonstar. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for coming. Wow, oh my gosh, we have 22 likes. This is probably the most I've had on a live in such a short space of time. Okay, so we're wrapping again, and we're going to go into the very next stitch at this point to make our next puff stitch. So wrapping once, that was the second time. This will be number 3. Come up here. No more wrapping, but we go straight into the next stitch. We pull the yarn through, lifting it up as we go. So we've created space to pull the yarn through once we've wrapped those 3 individual times, and just slide it up through that chain on the hook. Double tap the screen. What do you say? OMG, I'm never too old to learn. Absolutely. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then in this space right here, in the space, we're going to make a slip stitch into that very first loop on the hook. There we go. Chain another 3. 1, 2, 3. And in the same space right here, same space, we're going to do a slip stitch. There we go. There's our second petal. Isn't this looking just so nice? Look, guys, we are making progress with our sunflower petal. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the next stitch space, we're just going to lift up the yarn. Wrap again. This is number 2 wrap. Lift it up. Number 3, lift it up. No wrap, but go into the very next stitch. Pull the yarn through once. Wrap it. Same stitch. Pull up. That's the second wrap. Well, technically this one's the second wrap, but you know what I mean. I pull the yarn. Just going to make sure it's loose. Got to have the right angle as you're pulling it through. We're almost done. We just need that slip stitch. Got it. Chain 1. And what do we have here? We have a nasty piece that's just right there, and I don't like it. And it's part of the yarn. It is. I love your video. Perfect. Moonstar, you're awesome. Thank you, guys. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Come in this space right here, and this is where we make our picot stitch. Right like that, chain another 3, and come into that same space as we were before and finish off with a lovely slip stitch. And notice how I kind of turn my hook as well. I'm turning my hook so that I can get into that slip stitch space, because if I don't turn the hook, I'm going to find myself struggling to try and get it through the hook or the loop on the hook. Okay, I've chained 3 and I'm now going into the next space. We've got to lift up the yarn as we do this. Remember, this is the important part. Lift up that yarn and then wrap and lift up the yarn. Notice that technique there. Grab the yarn, lift it up, wrap, lift up, grab, wrap, lift up. And now angle it in a great way, kind of lift it and move it around a little bit so you can enter it through that last loop. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we come into this space, remember this space, and we perform a slip stitch, kind of holding it right at the top there and pulling it through. Then 1, 2, 3 chains, and in that same space, we are going to twist it around just so we can get that next slip stitch. Hope this is making sense. Have you watched Squid Game season 2? I have watched it. It's very much like season 1, but still, yeah, it's good enough. After the slip stitch, are you using any of the brown and only the yellow for the petals? Yes, yes, that's right. We're only using brown for the center, and now I'm using yellow for the petals, so we won't be using brown again after this. I hope that makes sense. Kirsty, nice name. Okay, we are going to continue. We need to make 10 petals in total. We have 4 right now. Moonstar, you said low. How come? Is this something related to Squid Games? 1, 2, 3. Okay, wrap the yarn, come into the next stitch and pull up the yarn. Always pulling up the yarn. We've got to remember that, guys. Otherwise, we will struggle severely trying to pull the yarn through all these loops that we're creating on our hook. And this gives us this puff stitch look, which we really want. So coming in here, lifting up, and last one, you could probably do this a couple more times, but I don't want to risk it. And now I'm kind of stretching all of these in a certain way to get me to be able to put my yarn through all of those loops and come here twisting a little bit so I can finish that slip stitch. Now I will go. Thanks, SK Boss. We appreciate having you here. Thank you so much. I don't know, it's so beautiful. Thanks, Moonstar. I'm really glad you like it. Chain. That's to connect it all. Chain 3 now, 2, 3, and oh, did I do that right? Yes, I did. Okay, so now we do a picot stitch. That is the picot stitch right there. Then we chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3. We come back in this space, so no new stitch yet, and we make that slip stitch, turning as I go, just so we can work with it a lot easier. Otherwise, you will struggle. Okay, we've done number 5 of the petals, and we have 5 to go technically. You could also make this like a very lovely keychain if you wanted. It's such a beautiful sunflower. Yeah, I really like it. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then let's make this very nice puffy stitch. Chain, wrap, and pull up. Pull right up, and then I've done that 3 times already, so I'm going to go in the next one right now. Oh, my nose is itchy, that's why I stopped. Okay, let's go again. So pulling this up, pulling up, wrap the yarn, next space, pull up, wrap the yarn, next space, pull up. There we go, that's 3 times. Now we stretch and, well, that's not working. Stretch and pull it through. There we go. So it's really about those angles, guys. And then chain 3 here, 1, 2, 3, because we're going to make this a petal by doing a picot stitch. Coming in here, there we go, and then we chain 3 again, and in the same stitch space, we will complete our slip stitch, turning, maneuvering, getting that right angle, and finish the slip stitch right there. I'm happy I came across your live. You motivated me to get back into this again. Yeah, it's been forever. That is wonderful to hear, Kirsty. I'm so glad. That's my aim, just to inspire you guys to get back into crochet or start it for the first time ever. You guys are wonderful. Can you give me any idea for an edit for my channel? I don't know. What type of edit? I don't know. Like, what are you into? Anything. Yeah, I got no clue. Just follow the trends. That's what I try and do, just following the trends. Do you upload your lives to channel? I missed the beginning to, yeah, the lives are automatically recorded and uploaded to this channel. So you can go back to the lives and check them out. No problem at all. You have no issue doing that. Um, there we go. Okay, so we've got another four petals. Yeah, another four petals to go. And here we go. Here's our next one. So puff stitch up here, lifting it up, wrap twice, lift up, wrap 3 times, lift up. There we go. Now come into the very next stitch and we're gonna pull up and pull up again. Last one, wrap, and let's get into this stitch, pull up. Now we're going to pull the yarn through all of those loops, including the final loop, and then we chain. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We insert into this space here, which was that chain space. Then we're going to make a picot stitch right here. And a picot stitch creates that point that we want in a sunflower. And you will see a picot stitch used in sunflower patterns always. That's how you get the point. If you ever want a point in a crown or anything, you've got to use that picot stitch. Moonstar, lovely emoji. Hooray, I'm gonna sleep. Good night. Okay, good night. I hope you enjoy your sleep. So I'll catch up on your page, no problem at all. Oh, Moonstar, looks like you've got a loading emoji. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 petals to go, huh? So let's come in here and let's do this puff stitch. Thanks everyone for watching this live. I hope it's been very educational for you and that you've enjoyed it. Coming into the next stitch now as we do our next 3 wraps and pulling up of the yarn to make it easy for us to get our yarn through all of these loops as we just did, and now through that last loop to finish off. Oh, you can see that little strand there. I've got to get it through that strand, otherwise it's incomplete. And now we're going to do 1, so that's like a little slip stitch there, then chain once, twice, 3 times. In this space we do a, what do you call it? We call it the picot stitch right there. That's how we create that sunflower point. Then we will do 3 chains to finish off the sunflower, just give it some nice edging. Same stitch space right there, and then we finish off turning and completing with a slip stitch right there. More educational than school. That's wonderful. Imagine if school could just be as good as this. That's funny. Guys, go with 40 likes. Ah, thanks, SK Boss. You're the best. All right, so let's continue on. We've got 2 petals to go, huh? So we do chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Chain 3. And if you need help with chaining, I have tutorial videos that teach you how to chain and hold the yarn and hold the hook all at the same time. So please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This is a great channel where we can learn, grow, be entertained, and learn all at the same time, which that's my aim for this channel. So let's hope we can get there and make some progress with this channel. Okay, so we're making 3 wraps and pulling up. Then I'm coming into this next one, pulling up, wrap, and pull up the yarn, wrap, and same space, and pull up the yarn again. Now just got to make sure we're pulling up the yarn in a nice way, because this looks like I've made some little mistake right here. So let's repeat that last wrap just so we've got that nice. So wrap, come in the stitch space and pull up. That looks looks a lot better. Okay, pulling through, pulling, making sure we sort of do like a little bit of a wriggle, but it's more just the angle that we got to get used to. Okay, there we go. Then we chain like that, or it's more like a slip stitch, but you kind of pull the yarn through at the same time. So we'll call it a chain. How about that? Now we chain 3 times. 1, 2, 3. The space right here, this is where we're going to create the point. So we grab the yarn and pull that yarn straight through the loop that was on the hook. That's what we call a slip stitch. Do you scroll on Pinterest? I don't really scroll that much on Pinterest. Here and there, yes. But I mostly just have my Instagram connected to my Pinterest so that all my Instagram videos get uploaded to Pinterest. And I think I started that late last year as well, because I didn't really know much about Pinterest until last year. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so we're finishing off chaining 3 and slip stitch in that very same space. You can see how I turn my sunflower. Never try a slip stitch without turning. It's all about those angles, guys. Hi, Kiddo Gamer. And now what we're going to do is chain another 3. 1, 2, 3. You too, Moonstar? Yep. I'm very slow to things, but I'm trying to get better. So we pull up here, we come in the same space, pull up again, come in the same space, pull up again. Okay, now we don't wrap, but we go right into the next stitch. We're going to pull up the yarn, always pulling up. Remember that pull up. Then come, wrap, and pull up. Not the exercise pull up, although I can do pull ups. Can you guys do pull ups? Pull up again. Okay, now we angle the yarn we angle the yarn correctly. How about I say that? And then we pull it through all of those loops until we finish with, and I'm really moving this time to create that final loop, going through that final loop, which can be a little bit difficult. You do have to maneuver your hook and yarn a little bit. Now we're going to chain, so it's connecting all of that together. Then we will chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you come in here, right in this space, right in that space. You're going to make a slippity, no, this is called a picot stitch. It's kind of similar to a slip stitch, except that it creates the points. That's the purpose of a picot stitch right there. Then we chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we come back in here, that same stitch space, and finish off with your last and final slip stitch right there. Okay, so we are technically done. What I will do is just come right into this part and finish off with a slip stitch. So I'm very connected. Probably don't need to do that, but I just did, which is more than fine. And you kind of find what works for you as well. That's already wrapped through this part, so I'm going to take this instead. I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to cut the yarn just like that, pull it a little bit, and here we have our wonderful puff sunflower, which you can make as a keychain or bookmark, whatever you decide to do. You like my Luffy hat pattern? You're amazing, Candy Wax. Thank you so much. Guys, I just want give me your thoughts, okay? Look, this is gonna be an earring. It's a duck, and I made it into an earring. So I've got to do the other one. I did this today. So I've got to finish the other one. What do you think of this one? Sorry, I'm like burping here. And then here's Luffy. And I made this one into an earring as well. So I've got to do the other one, Luffy, and I'm going to change it a little bit as well because I'm not completely happy with the pattern. I want to make the hat just a little bit bigger, and do a little bit better with the hair, but still, look, this is going to be an earring. Yeah, it's so tiny. This is like micro crochet. I've been getting into micro crochet. I used a 0.9mm hook to do this as well, which is so tiny. My goodness. I wonder if you can see how tiny that is. It's probably you probably can't see the reference of that, but it's very tiny. But do you like them? Do you like these earrings? Do you think people will like them? Because I really want to make it into like earring pairs. We did this sunflower, but we made them micro. So I'm going to make these into earrings as well. You can see that's the size difference. Look, this is using a 0.9mm hook. This is using a 1.9mm hook. So a difference by 1mm, and you get, well, that's a huge difference, huh? For this one, we're going to add earring, the earring part to it, so we can have those as earrings, which I'm very excited for. And then, for those of you who didn't see, I started making this tulip earring as well. What do you think of this? Does it look like tulips? Tulips with some white background, made it into a circle instead of a granny square as normal. So I really wanted to make this into like just a circle type for my earring. It's very soft and very dainty, and I do like it. You could probably add like a little something to it. I'm not sure what at this point, but like a little jewel or a pearl. I'm not sure yet. And then if you didn't see before, so we started off, I think I did this in one of the, I don't know if I made this as a tutorial in one of the lives. I think I did actually. We made a heart for heart earrings, but then I also did half and half. So half one color, half the other color. And it is difficult to do. I will say that. The changing of colors all the time is a little bit difficult. But this is all the different styles of earrings that I've been into over the last maybe 3 days, I want to say. So yeah, you can say I'm suddenly got into micro crochet. This is my first time ever trying micro crochet like 3 days ago. We've already done all of this ready for earrings as soon as my earrings arrive, and then I can show you guys and I can wear them at the same time. I think I've even got earrings on right now. We did this in a live session and we made granny square sunflower earrings. So here these were. I don't know. I love them. I reckon other people will love them too. But I'm hoping to try and sell them on Etsy or something eventually. Once I've created like, I don't know, a total of 50 or something, which is a lot of work. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's the plan. So I will keep doing that and let's see what we can do. You guys support me, cheer me on. That's my goal. I want to make that many earrings. It takes a long time. Like even just today, me crocheting almost full time, I was able to do these 4 sunflowers, this one bird, one Luffy, and this here, and then this right now. That's all I've been able to crochet today. So technically, and that's like how many hours worth? 2 hours and a half. This is already almost 5 hours. Then we've had almost, this was definitely like an hour. This was also an hour. So that's 5, 6, 7 hours, and maybe like half hour here because I was testing it out at the same time. Yep, that's a lot of work. So so I don't know, like how much would you sell things for when it takes that long, you know what I mean? Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, which I do want to do, is weave in these yarn tails. And that's very important, so you can, thanks, Joss. Hey, Joss, I haven't seen you in here in a while. Nice to see you. So what I want to do, and I might use a better needle, is weave in all these yarn tails. As you can see, do I have you guys seen my latest shorts? Please check them out and tell me what you think. Comment in them. I'm just trying like new shorts because I haven't really done those type of shorts before, like where I'm in the camera and doing like just following the trends. But let's see what happens. Let me know if you like it. Of course, this channel is trying to keep related to crochet, so I always have to make it crochet related, which can be difficult in some sense, but it might also be okay. I've seen crochet channels do very well in the past, even though it's particular to one niche, if that makes sense. But hey, check out those latest 3 or 5 shorts and comment in them what you think, okay? Okay, we're having trouble trying to weave this in, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit because you can see it's fraying because I've tried so many times. And I'm just gonna take it a little bit out of, I kind of want to come out of frame so I can be closer to my face, but then you guys can't see it. So we're trying to find a balance here. So, and if I can't do it this time, oh, I did it. Spoke too soon. When I make these things, I would sell them at high prices because it took a lot of time to make. See, that's my thoughts as well. I really want to sell them for like decent prices. I've seen on Etsy, people make little sunflowers like this and they sell it. So they have a pair of earrings just like this and they'll sell it for about $48. That's in Australian dollars. So like imagine how much then a Luffy earring set would be. You know what I mean? So like yeah, but also I don't want to go too high, but then also like that corresponds to a good price for the amount of time it takes. It's almost like minimum wage technically. And I guess if people like them enough, they'll definitely buy them. But yeah, anyways, I'm still trying to explore all of that. Once I've made a good 50 pairs of earrings, I'm definitely going to be exploring on Etsy because that's the only place or platform I know for selling them. And I will update you guys with everything that's going on in Etsy so I can let you know. The only thing that I don't want happening is because currently on my Etsy store I sell patterns and patterns alone. So I I don't know whether I can, well, I guess I could sell with shipping involved. I just don't want it to affect the patterns channel, like have the shop stop being activated because it's like you don't, too many people have ordered or not enough people have ordered. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to. I have no idea all the logistics behind it. You've got 84 sales. Who's got 84 sales? Oh, yes, on my Etsy. Yes, yes, yes. That's for patterns. That started last year, this time actually, because that's when I uploaded my first ever pattern to Etsy. So we've done okay. Of course, there are a lot of other people who do way better for themselves, which I'm very proud of them. I just don't know how they do it. Like I've made so many different things, but compared to them, they'll make a couple of things and boom, they just absolutely viral. And congratulations to them because that is amazing for them. Okay, here is that wonderful flower, sunflower here. And again, you could just add a little chain. So come into like this part here and then just chain, do like a yarn chain about that big. I'd say maybe like 60 to 70 chains, then connect it back here. And there you've got yourselves like a little keychain, or you could just add a keychain as normal. Um, but make sure your keychains are sterling silver or titanium. Get the good quality keychains because if you get stainless steel, obviously stainless steel rusts, right? And you don't want to have a rusty keychain. If it gets wet or you're holding it too much, it will rust and it will not look nice. And you want your yarn keychains to look nice. So if you want yarn keychains, invest a little bit more to get a nice keychain. That's my advice for you guys. Um, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We've been here for 47 minutes. But we have done really well making this, and I think it is an adorable sunflower, which I hope to make a few more of these actually because they are so cute. And I will continue making earrings with this. I wonder, you know what you could probably do? No. I was gonna say you could add a little bit of wire and then add a little bit of leaves to it. Although you just have to stick the wire and probably with some super glue or something, or do it before you close it. Something like that. You have to work it out a little bit. And then you could come down here, wrap it up. It's like a tiny sunflower, wrap it, and then have like a little leaf around here, and you could just make it like a mini bouquet. Oh, wouldn't that be so cute and perfect? Anyways, there it is, guys. And I think we have all enjoyed this live. I really hope so. I hope it's been entertaining. And join me some other time this week. If it's tomorrow or another day, we'll do another live and learn something else. Oh, hey, Anne. Hey, Anne. How are you doing, Anne? We're just about to leave, actually. Um, did you guys see? Look, here's my Puss in Boots. I'm just showing you this. So again, like I sell character patterns. So like I wrote the pattern for this one and that's available on Etsy already. Then like I have so many different things. Actually in this room I've got a huge bag. I'll have to make a YouTube short of it. Like a massive bag of just everything that I've crocheted. This one's Cinderella. Again, patterns are available. What, you're leaving? Yes, yes, we're done. We finished our sunflower. Look at it. Here's our sunflower. But yeah, anyway, so I was just letting people know that I sell patterns on Etsy, and eventually, once I have 50 sets of earrings, I will be selling those on Etsy as well. Um, Hey, Keiki, yeah, it's just the patterns at the moment, so I don't want you thinking it's like the real product, but the pattern is available, so you can make your own if you ever purchase that. But yeah, so adorable. I think I've made about 8 to 10 princesses as well, so you can check those out on Etsy. But anyway, so that's what I've done. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at mnashthreads. Everything is just mnashthreads. As you see in this YouTube channel. That's how you can find me on most of those social media platforms. And guys, I will see you next time, which will probably be tomorrow or something. And look, we reached 40 likes. Where's SK where we need him? Our advocate for getting these likes. You're amazing, SK. Look, we got 40. Oh, thank you, KK. You're awesome. I really appreciate that. You guys are the coolest subscribers ever, and I'm glad that we're making this community together. And hopefully, I'll see you guys around in our next live and stuff. And enjoy school. And if it's evening for you, get some sleep, get some rest. Don't stay up too late. I feel like a mom. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye bye.